This goal was one hell of a goal, by the way. Mathys Tel, who was it against? Serbia under 21.
Under 21s.
One hell of a goal from Mathys Tel. And I know
not even a touch. Oh,
he scored a second goal as well in the game.
He did.
And he also had an effort from the other side of the pitch with his other foot that nearly went in as well. I mean, he put on one hell of a performance for France.
And yesterday. Remind me, correct me if I'm wrong as well, the last time he played for under 21s, he did something similar.
Yeah, he smashed it out for the under 21s. He's their captain as well, I think.
He played up front yesterday.
Yeah.
Josh King was in the WhatsApp saying he has the most similar qualities to Son that we have in the squad.
Well, in terms of?
That ability to finish on both feet, quick shots, those angles he gets from outside the box.
Yeah. We haven't seen it in a Spurs shirt.
Haven't seen it in a Spurs shirt yet. He's still 20.
We've seen it for the under 21s, yeah.
And for Bayern. I've seen him score. I've seen him. If you look at his goal catalogue for Bayern, there's some special strikes in there as well.
Fair.
Outside the box. He can do it. He can do it. I think
it's all about doing it. Like it's all very well and good saying he can do it. He needs to go and do it.
All right, but he's 20 years old.
Yeah, for sure.
So let's not write him off.
We've seen other players go and smash at under 21 level before and not really reach the heights which you expect them to reach. Eddie Nketiah being one of them. You know, Eddie Nketiah was England's top ever goal scorer at under 21 level.
Yeah, but look at some of the finishes here from Tel. Those are quite incredible.
I really hope that he can turn it around, and I really hope that and I believe in some of his qualities, don't get me wrong.
I'm saying the quality is there.
The quality is definitely there, but it's all about realising that quality. And is he going to get the chance to realise that quality? I don't know. I'm on the fence with it a bit.
I think he will. I think in a weird way, being left out of the Champions League squad, I'm not saying it helps, but I'm just saying come the weekends now, he's going to be the fresher guy. And if, let's say Doncaster starts, he has a really good game, then all of a sudden we have a Champions League game, he's not picked. Then all of a sudden he's the fresher one going to the weekend. He gets that start potentially.
We've just got two players ahead of him in that position.
Yeah, at the moment.
Yeah, at the moment.
At the moment, that can change very quickly. And, I know Johnson scores, but, we know what he's like. Odebear.
I actually think he offers more from just general gameplay than Brennan Johnson.
Yeah, I think that.
Is the one that puts it in the back of the net. Tel, he just needs to calm down a little bit. I feel like when he gets on the pitch, he's just like trying so hard to do stuff. Like literally just running around like a headless chicken at times when he's on the pitch for Spurs. I just feel like he just needs to, channel it in a better way.
I think when I look at some of the forwards that Frank has improved, I think Tel has got just as much, if not more, talent than a lot of them that he's gotten playing to a certain level when it comes to that ability to get them scoring goals, get them in goal-scoring positions, and really adjusting their play and improving these players. I look at someone like Sade. I really think Tel's got more quality than Sade. Like, I think he's got a lot to work with here. And I understand it's disappointing for Tel and gutting to be left down. That probably tells you where, where his mind's at, where Frank's mind's at in terms of his place in the squad right now. But I think that can change very quickly. Football changes game to game. It changes so quickly. He comes on, scores the last minute winner, and all of a sudden he's starting every Premier League game. It can happen. It can happen very quickly. He goes on you're going to have a purple patch, and all of a sudden he has a purple patch leading into January, and we're all sitting here probably making videos saying, how do we get Tel when he has to be in, scoring goals? Like, it changes very quickly.
Yeah, but at this moment, you just talk about ifs and buts.
Of course, but I'm just...
Do it.
I understand that, but I'm saying I'm basing it on what I'm seeing from his quality. I understand it's just under 21s, but I've seen enough from him to suggest this guy can be a very, very good player for us.
Not in a Spurs shirt, you haven't.
I've seen even things in the Spurs shirt.
Very rare, like maybe a little flash here and there. But
yeah, but he's young. He's 20.
I know he's young. I know he's 20. But in my opinion, Odebear is also young and 20. And yes, I don't think Odebear's been totally good enough as of yet. But I've seen a lot more from Odebear in a Spurs shirt than I've seen from Mathys Tel. And I'm not saying Mathys isn't going to make it. I'm not saying I don't like Mathys. I like the qualities that Mathys has in a player, and I think he can be a good player. But I feel like Spurs have been looking for a left winger. We've already got two players above him. He's been left out the squad. He's got put a big task on his hands.
He does, but I don't think it's like insurmountable. I really don't. I think he can snatch that spot. I really do. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised by come like November time. He's our left winger.
I really hope so. What do you think? Come the summertime, he's our left winger.
Come November time.
November time, he's our left winger. Is that your prediction?
And he'll be starting for us come November in the Premier League.
What, like week in, week out?
Regularly, yeah. Look, we got a big squad. I don't think anyone. I think a lot of players are going. Apart from someone like Simons, I think a lot of players are going to be chopping and changing because we've got Champions League.
Well, if that is the case, we're going to have seen a dramatic change in him in the next couple of months, like a dramatic change. So
well, not necessarily, because
I think necessarily.
Not necessarily because Odegaard and Johnson are not exactly. I know Johnson's scoring, but they're not exactly playing. In terms of quality-wise, where it's like they're playing so well that Tell's not going to get a look in, you know what I mean?
Well, I think Odegaard had a fairly strong pre-season. He looks bright every time he comes on. Brennan Johnson, 2 goals in 3 games. So if them two carry on that trajectory and Brennan Johnson keeps scoring goals, how's Tell going to get in there?
Because I'm saying right now they're not actually, as in just performance-wise, they're not exactly waying so amazingly that Tell won't get a chance.
They've shown a lot more than Tell so far.
Right. I mean, I wouldn't say Odegaard's shown a lot more. I'm sure. Yeah, I agree with you. He's shown more, but I don't think it's been that much more, to be honest. I just think there'll be chances there for him. Plus, because he's not in Champions League, I think he will get more chances in the Premier League. In my opinion,
he's definitely got to start that Doncaster game. That's for sure. And he has to have a very strong performance in that Doncaster game. He needs to grab every single opportunity he has now.
Of course. And
for him to get back-to-back games in the Premier League starts, he needs to perform much better than he ever has done. So he's got big fight for places on that left wing, and I don't think. I agree that no one's grabbed that opportunity, no one's grabbed that spot, and to say, look, this is my spot. The only one is Brennan Johnson, 18 goals last season, albeit from right wing, and 2 goals already in his first 3 games. So Brennan Johnson is that starting left winger.
But one more performance like against Bournemouth, and he's places up for grabs, isn't it?
Yeah, totally agree. But he can put in a performance like he did against Bournemouth, but still put the ball in the back of the net, and he gets that chance.
Yeah. He has to do it.
Yeah, but he has been doing it.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, another Bournemouth-like performance and not scoring, and he's out. He could be out.
Yeah. But that's the thing with Brennan. He can just pop up with a goal whenever.
Yeah, and that's a great quality. I'm not saying, and I'm happy to have Brendan in the squad. I'm just saying I'm just sitting here saying I don't think Brendan's playing that well that Tell's is not going to get a look in.
Yeah, I genuinely hope nothing but the best for Mathys Tel, and I really hope he does what you say, and I really hope he is our starting left winger by November, because that will mean that he's maturing into a very good player and into the player that we all thought he could be. Like when he was at Bayern, and when there were talks of us getting him in the Kane deal, I was buzzing for that, and I was like, yes, we have to do that. This guy is going to be one of the next big things in football. It hasn't really worked out like that since he's come to Spurs, and yes, he's a young player, and yes, he's got time on his hands, and let's hope he can realise it.
And I think that's why he's potentially judged a lot harsher, because he came in with the expectation to kind of do it straight away.
Yeah.
And whether that was right or not, that was the expectation, because he came on loan and he didn't come here. When he first joined, I know Ange said he's not coming here for 6 months, but at the end of the day, that was the deal, 6 months with an option to buy in the summer. So we weren't sure whether we were going to get him permanently. So he had, for a lot of fans, it was like, okay, well, if you're coming in for 6 months, we need you to perform. And we obviously needed him to perform straight away as well, because we had a lot of injuries and we just needed the numbers. So I think from that point of view, I understand why that was the expectation. But at the end of the day, if he was, let's say this guy was an academy product at 20 years old playing like he is, I think we'd all be very excited about him. I know he's come for 30 million, and that comes with a certain expectation, and I understand that. And look, for some fans, that's fine. I'm just saying, in a different circumstance, we would have a 20-year-old playing like that for the under-21s, showing sometimes what he shows for us, and I think we'd all be thinking about him very differently.
I think what Mathys Tel needs to do against Doncaster, because that's probably the next game he's going to start against Doncaster, right? What he needs to do is show similar levels to what Mikey Moore did in the Europa League, like that second half against Alkmaar, when he's just demanding the ball. He's taking on his man ferociously. He's creating chances. He needs to dominate that side, like Mikey Moore did at a much younger age. And, you know, Mikey Moore in those games in the Europa League, the thing is for Mathys Tel, he's not going to have the Europa League to show these performances. We've got Champions League, albeit he's not in the Champions League squad, so it's a moot point. So he's not going to have those games to prove his worth. So he has to do it against much tougher opposition. And Doncaster is the one where he just needs to dominate that game.
But he's, he's not done it like week in, week out, but he scored goals fairly regularly when he was playing for Bayern at points. Like, he's done it in Bundesliga. Like, he had a decent goal scoring record there. So, like, I know Mikey did in Europa League, but it was a similar age when Tel started. In fact, he was younger, I believe, when he started scoring goals for Bayern in the Bundesliga. So I'm just saying he showed he can do it at a good level. It's just about, look, he just needs to fulfill his potential, and I think he's got all the attributes. I really do. And I know a lot of
one thing doing it for Bayern and one thing doing it for Tottenham as well.
Yeah, I guess, but still, he's still doing it in the Bundesliga. I remember him scoring against Man United in the Champions League. I remember that goal, brilliant goal he scored. Like, he did it at the Champions League level. He's scored a few goals as well, and some of the goals he scored for Bayern, like, unbelievable, like you wouldn't believe. And that was at 18. So, like, I just think, just give it a bit more time. He's only been here 6 months. Like, let's just calm down about Tel.
What do you mean calm down? Like, everyone's hoping for the best.
I'm not saying you. I'm just saying I see a lot of people shouldn't have signed him. He's rubbish. Tel's crap. All this kind of stuff. And I understand.
Yeah, but you yourself called it a mistake.
I didn't call it a mistake. I question it. I question it. I'm not saying it's definitely a mistake. I like Tel. I wanted him to sign at the time. I didn't say it was a mistake at the time. I'm just saying right now how the fact that we've left him out of the squad is not a very good look for us when it comes to
and the fact
squad
that we've
building.
Been looking for a left winger as well.
Yeah, I mean, that implies maybe we have big doubts about him. That's for sure. I do think his future down the line is going to be striker. I just think right now he's probably not quite right for it. I think he's probably a kind of left wing, left forward right now at this stage of his career. That's probably his best position. I think maybe in a couple of years he's going to be a striker. That's what I think.
Maybe. But look, we all wish him the best. We all hope, because if he turns out well, it's going to turn out well for all of us. So
I'm not talking about wishing him the best. I'm just saying a lot of people writing him off. I'm just saying let's just not do that.
I think all you can go on is what you've seen in a Spurs shirt. Not many people are going to go back and see what he did at Bayern 3 years ago, 2 years ago. You know, you got to see him do it in a Spurs shirt. And right now, up to this moment, he hasn't done much in a Spurs shirt. And that's all people can go on.
Okay, so that's fine, and that's fine if you want to write him off based on that. I'm just saying,
no one's writing him off.
There's a lot of people are writing him off. You don't say no one.
Look, people are saying he's not good enough, but a few good performances and people, you know, football's a very fickle sport.
I agree. I'm just saying there's a lot of people writing him off, and
I think it doesn't really matter if people are writing him off or not. Like, he's got to prove to people on the pitch wrong. He's got to do that.
It doesn't matter. I'm just saying don't. That's my advice to people who are.
Yeah, but it doesn't really matter if people are writing him off anyway, because he's the one that's got to go and do it on the pitch. And he's got a long season ahead and he's part of the squad. So
of course.
It's all up to him.
And I think he can.
Let's hope so. I really hope so.